Welcome to Scout Dynamics. We're here at a shooting area in the Sierra foothills, and we're going to see what average Joe AR can do. We also talk about the AR-15. How dangerous is it really? How dangerous is it in the hands of an average Joe AR? We've seen what these people from all these tactical schools can do. Let's see what the average American can do with this average AR. First round, we're going to have triple range, multiple targets, close range. We'll see how average Joe AR fares against me and my scout rifle. Triple threat, close range. Shooter ready, on the beat. Hitting low. 3.47 seconds. Plate, 15 yards. 0.92 seconds. 25 yards. Down in 0.84 seconds. 10-inch plate, 50 yards. You get those plates? Yeah, they're right in the back of the Jeep. Down in 3.5 seconds. Average Joe AR, 10-inch plate, 15 yards. On the beat. Shoot like a cop. 3.49 seconds. Plate, 25 yards.
Yay.
On the beat. 3.23 seconds. Average Joe AR, 10-inch plate, 50 yards. On the beat. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it felt like 11.63 seconds. 3 hits, 4th hit was required for the kill. In his many writings, the late Colonel Cooper consistently expressed frustration in teaching rifle marksmanship to semi-auto carbine owners. Until today, I could understand why that was a problem. One would think the fundamentals of rifle marksmanship would consist of muzzle, sights, target will be the same for a rifle or a semi-auto carbine. Muzzle, sights, target. The difference does not appear to be in hardware, but in mindset. In his book, The Scout Rifle Study, Richard Mann covers the history of the scout rifle,
its philosophy of use, and the book also contains several courses of fire, one of which we will use to critique today's events. The drill we're using is called the White's drill, a drill invented by Stewart White, a 20th century hunter and adventurer. Now, while we did not use the White's drill in today's course of fire, the score chart proved to be a useful tool in grading today's shooting session. While today's shooting did not involve the actual White's drill course of fire, we are using the White's drill score chart as a standard to measure how well today's events went. Whether one shot well or not depends on whose doctrine you embrace. The traditional rifleman's doctrine calls for the landing of a decisive blow with a single shot as quickly as possible. The combat carbine doctrine calls to basically get her done as quickly as possible, no matter how many shots it requires. One who fires 6 shots to drop a single plate in 11 seconds, under the combat carbine doctrine, would be awarded 14 points in this White's drill chart. A traditional rifleman would give him 0 points. First shot missed, you failed the course of fire. Since our course of fire calls for the dropping of a single 10-inch steel plate, we can take this White's drill chart and eliminate the B and C zone. A zone, or you fail. On our first course of fire, triple threat indoor range. Multiple threats at down the hallway or across the living room range. The AR took 17.9 seconds to drop 3 plates. By the White's drill chart, that would give him 7 points. The scout rifle, we dropped all 3 plates at 3.47 seconds, which by the White's drill chart gives us 15 points. Going to a single target at 15 yards, our AR guy dropped the plate in 3.49 seconds. That's less than 10 seconds. He gets 15 points. With the scout rifle, 0.92 seconds, less than 1 second. But since 15 is the perfect score, 15 points. Moving out to 25 yards, our AR guy dropped the plate in 3.23 seconds. Once again, by the White's drill chart, that was less than 10 seconds, 15 points. Scout rifle, 0.84, less than half a second. Once again, less than 1/3 the time of the AR, but 15 points is the high score. We both top out in points. Moving out to 50 yards, our AR guy here ran into some trouble. It took him 11.63 seconds to drop the target. The scout rifle, 3.5 seconds. AR loses a point. 14 points versus 15 points. Final score. The AR completes the course of fire with a total of 51 points. Scout rifle beats out the AR by 9 points, scoring 60. This looks like a close contest. However, when you look at total shots fired, the AR had to fire 21 rounds to complete the course. Even though he had several hits, not all hits were decisive blows. Multiple hits to drop the plate. The scout rifle fired a total of 6 rounds, 1 shot, 1 decisive blow. So here we see another demonstration of yet another proverb of the late Colonel Cooper. In one of his Gunsight Gossip columns, he wrote that fans of the AR will tell you they can carry more ammunition. The late Colonel responded, that may be true, but you will also require more ammunition to accomplish the same work. In this case, the scout rifle fired 6 rounds, 6 decisive blows. To accomplish the same job, the AR owner had to fire 21 rounds. Does this dethrone the AR-15 as the best weapon for close-in defense? Not at all. Any graduate of a combat carbine course, whether it be at Gunsight, Tactical Response, Valor Ridge, or any of the lesser-known trainers or ranges, would have won this hands down, without a doubt. The concept here is untrained AR versus, I would say, well-practiced with a scout rifle. Well-practiced with a conventional rifle will beat out the so-called wonder weapon every time. So in conclusion, proverbs that go back to the beginning of firearms stand as truth. It's the Indian, not the arrow. Owning a firearm does not make one armed any more than owning a piano makes you a musician. So says the late Colonel Cooper. You cannot buy marksmanship. So say the likes of Reed Heinrichs. And sorry, Mr. Biden, you might not need an AR-15, but having one does not make you more dangerous. Sci-fi author Robert H. Heinlein was fond of saying, "There is no such thing as a dangerous weapon. There are only dangerous people." An evil man with an AR, AK, or any other so-called assault weapon, when confronting a good man with a harmless hunting rifle, will quickly learn that these harmless hunting rifles are not as harmless as many people would like to claim they are. I would like to give thanks to all of the average AR owners at the range there, the shooting area. Only 2 agreed to be on camera, but several others did do the course of fire. Virtually all of them shot similar to what we have here, average Joe AR. To their credit, however, they welcomed this new challenge, every one of them. And when their scores were not as perfect as they thought they would be, they actually had humility and welcomed the challenge to practice a new routine. My hat's off to these people. One owner, he did not agree to be filmed, but shot a score with his AR similar to here. Then he borrowed my scout rifle and shot pretty much a perfect score. 6 shots, 6 decisive blows, all under 10 seconds. In spite of the fact that he has never fired a full-powered bolt-action rifle in his life. So, whatever weapon you own, get training. Practice with it. Become proficient with it. Many of these courses cost $1,000 or more. Add travel and lodging, and you have to bring 1,000 rounds of factory ammo. Your expenses can be $3,000 or more. Most people can't afford that. Go to your local Ranger Gun Club, see what they have to offer. They're more affordable and they're local. If you can't do that, buy so many of these fine books. Reed Heinrichs, The American Rifleman, is highly recommended. Colonel Cooper, The Art of the Rifle, and many other of Cooper's writings, Fighting Handguns, Means of Self-Defense, and many others. Buy the books, read them, heed them, go to your local gun club, and practice the courses of fire that are in these books. No, it's not as good as going to the range, or as going to a range and having an instructor teach you, but it's better than nothing. It gets you above average. Hope you enjoyed watching. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.